that can I sponsor my brother or my sister? Yes, of course you can. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. I am Vikas Thamija, a registered migration agent here in Green Wings Migration in Mount Hotham, Perth, Western Australia. I know you are used to see Eleonora in these videos, but I will cover today's topic, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe the video, and also of course turn the notifications on so that you can be updated with all the migration updates and news. Our clients come with the questions that can I sponsor my brother or my sister? Do you want to sponsor them so that they can visit you in Australia, or they want to move permanently in Australia? So if they want to move permanently in Australia, then next question you need to ask, are they skilled? Are they currently working in any skilled occupation which Australia requires? Do they have a valid positive skills outcome, or they are eligible, or they want to get the positive skill assessment, and obviously English requirements. There are few exceptions in terms of English requirements depending on the country or passport a visa applicant is holding. So there are few pathways if you want to sponsor your brother or sister in Australia, which are common and most people fit into those. The first one is temporary visa, which is 600 visa, visitor visa in sponsored family stream. Second one is 491 visa, sponsored family, but depending on if their occupation is under the 491 family stream. If you want to sponsor your brother or sister in 491 family stream, the eligibility criteria is that you need to be either permanent resident, Australian citizen, or eligible New Zealand citizens, and you must be living in designated regional area, and the occupation should be in 491 family stream. Okay, so the another question comes up sometimes. Parents whose kids or children live in Australia on permanent basis, or either citizens or permanent residents of Australia, they try to explore the pathways they can move permanently to Australia to live with them. Obviously, there are few different parent visas options available for parents who want to join their kids or their children in Australia. The first one is parent visa subclass 103. This is a permanent parent visa, and the processing time unfortunately is very long, more than 31 years, and the payment to make for this visa is two-step process. The first installment is 5,125 and the second installment is 2,065, and totally roughly $7,200 altogether. Second one is contributory parent visa, which is subclass 143. It's again a permanent visa, and processing time is comparatively less as compared to parent visa. It is around 14 years of time in processing time. It's still less, but still not less. So the associated cost for this visa is $430 for first stage, and second plus $19,420 if they are holder of 173 visa. So if they are not the holder of 173 visa, which is also a contributory parent temporary visa, then the associated costs are much higher. It is $4,895 for the first installment, and the second installment is $43,600. Next on the list is contributory parent visa, temporary visa, subclass 173. It's again a parent visa and temporary visa. It's been given for 2 years, then option to upgrade to 143 visa, permanent visa. Associated cost for 173 visa is $3,300 plus $29,130 for the second stage. Next one on the list is aged parent visa. So this visa is for the parents who are of pension age, and they can apply for this visa. Pension age in Australia is 67 years, and the processing times are again very high, 31 years, and the associated cost for 804 visa is $5,125. And next one on the list is contributory aged parent, subclass 884. It's a temporary visa which can lead to permanent visa on subclass 864. The associated cost for 884 visa is $4,895 for the first installment, and the second installment is $29,130. The last one on the list is contributory aged parent. So it's a permanent visa and the processing times are a bit less than the other one. It's 14 years and the associated cost is 4,895 for the first installment. Second installment is 43,600. All the cost which I explained for all the parents visa, it's not the set cost. It depends on case to case basis which visa they were holding before they go to next visa. So it can be decided upon looking on to their circumstances. This is not the set fee. So just if you want to know what the exact fee, please book a consultation with us. We can explore and we can see their circumstances to tell you exact fee they have to pay. The last on the list, this is not a permanent visa, this is a temporary visa, 870 visa. So this is sponsored parent visa. You need to sponsor your parents. It can be issued for either 3 years or 5 years, but in total during a lifetime period it cannot be issued more than 10 years. So if you are applying for parent visa 5 years validity, you can apply for 2 times in a whole lifetime period, not more than that. And the associated cost for 3-year validity parent visa, sponsored parent visa, is 4,715, and for the 5-year validity period it is 10,605. Is one important difference between sponsored parent visa and all the other parent visas: the family balance test. So you need to meet the family balance test for all the parent visas, either temporary or permanent. But in sponsored parent visa, you do not need to meet the family balance test. So family balance test is department decide whether you are eligible to sponsor your parents to move in Australia on permanent basis, depending on number of siblings you are and how many living in Australia on permanent basis, and how other siblings living in which part of the world and on which visas, or living in home country. So there are few. This is a test we need to conduct to determine whether you can sponsor your parents, whether your parents can apply for parent visas. So the next question about the health insurance. So health insurance, you need to maintain your parents, your brother, sister, whoever come to Australia. If they are on temporary visas, they need to maintain a mandatory health insurance. So they need to have health insurance if they're coming on a visitor visa for 3 months validity stay period. They may not need to have a health insurance, but in most of the cases they need to have the health insurance. But if we talk about the permanent visas, if your parents have applied for permanent visas, or your brother or sister, if they are in Australia and have applied for permanent visa, they have access to the interim Medicare card. The next question, if we like pension fund or superannuation fund. So Australia has a mandatory superannuation plan. So all the permanent residents, they can access their superannuation fund depending on the residency and age requirements. But the temporary residents in Australia, they cannot access their superannuation. However, they can access to their superannuation if they are leaving Australia on a permanent basis. As we're talking about the pension contribution, you may or may not be able to transfer your pension contribution from your home country to Australia when you move permanently to Australia. But in Australia, if you want to have the access to your pension contribution to your superannuation fund, you can access after the retirement age, which is 67, and depending on the residency requirements as well, only if you are permanent resident. But if you are temporary resident, you cannot access superannuation in Australia, but you can have access to your superannuation when you are moving permanently to your home country and living in Australia on permanent basis. So depending on from country to country, some countries they transfer your pension contribution to Australia when you move here, and some don't. If you want to know everything in detail, in much detail, I would suggest it would be a great idea to book a consultation with one of our migration agents. If you want to reach out to me, you can book a consultation by the link provided below. And thanks for following along with us in today's video session. We hope it is quite an informative video for you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe the video, and don't forget to share the video. If you don't, you may know someone who need immigration assistance, and we might be able to help you or your friends or your family members. So please Don't forget to activate the notification to stay updated with all the immigration news and matters. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, where we are more active, and you can see daily updates over there to keep updated with all the immigration matters. See you in the next video. Thank you, everyone. This is Vikas Mija signing off from Green Wings Migration. See you in the next video.